So, you think you've got what it takes? They call us Apex Legends.
His people are completely literal. Metaphors are gonna go over his head.
Nothing goes over my head. My reflexes are too fast.
Hey everyone, Thordan Smash here, and today we're going to be talking about, well, Blisk and Titans coming to Apex Legends, and if it's still on the table, and what that would mean for the future of the game. We're also going to go ahead and give out one of the Serpent's Things heirloom. All you got to do is like, comment, subscribe, and you're entered for a chance to win. Without further ado, let's jump into today's topic. So Alpha Intel at the beginning of Season 11 did an interview with Respawn devs, and what Respawn actually stated, there are some balance issues that Titans bring to Apex Legends that we are yet to find the right solution to. Doesn't mean we aren't going to find the right solution. Now, it's pretty clear that Respawn is still working on a way to add in Titans into the game, and it becomes very clear and evident that if they were to do that, it would be part of a new Legends abilities. And there is only a limited roster of people that you could actually introduce into the game that would have pilot abilities. There's one, Jack Cooper, who we've heard nothing about, but there's Blisk, and he has been leaked in the game for literally ever. We can go back to the Season 6 leak by Biast12 and clearly see a leaked roster, which somehow got Valk 100% right, Ash 100% right, Horizon, Fuse, Pariah, which became Seer. Clearly you can see that Blisk is there and he has been in development. And we actually have leaked gameplay that's been around for a while that most people are aware of, but a lot of people seem to dismiss as some kind of mod or edit job. Let me break down why it's actually real. You see, this article that was written here goes ahead and credits Biast12 for revealing Ash's abilities. But a week before Ash's abilities were leaked, he also leaked Blisk's. And some people might say, well, both of those leaks were fake. Let's take a look at this Ash one real quick. This was back in Season 8, and you can clearly see that the ultimate, although using assets from other legends, is exactly her ultimate. It's an instant teleport using a phase. You also have to combine that with the fact that he also leaked the roster seasons before and was 100% accurate. So a week before this Ash leak, we get this leak with Blisk. Now, I've seen a lot of comments saying this Blisk ultimate is clearly modded or edited, and that's just 100% false because it is being played on the Nintendo Switch. You can see the ultimate using the buttons for the Nintendo Switch. So unless people have found out how to mod and add assets for the Nintendo Switch version of the game, which wasn't even released when this leak was out because it was playtest footage, then I'm at a complete loss on how you could do this. The fact that this came 1 week before the accurate Ash leaks means that this is 99.9% real, and this is what they were testing way back when for Blisk and how he would be in the game in the future. But as Respawn stated, they didn't find the right fit for the Titan. They're still going to work on different ways to make it function in the game, similar to how Ash's tats will actually evolve. Blisk is going to be added into the game, although it will be quite a while before we see him. He is more so an end game for Apex Legends, something to really be a big shocker and reveal. Respawn stated they're still working on ways to get the Titan to work. And we can actually go into the different versions of Blisk that have been teased and reworked since the dawn of time. Let's go ahead and talk about why. For the longest time, Apex Legends and Titanfall fans have wanted Cuban Blisk, the main antagonist of Titanfall 2, to be brought into the Apex Legends universe as a playable character. Most of us are aware that he does run the Apex Legends games, or at least formerly did, and there was something recently put out into the files. As you can see here, there was a lot of different multiplayer weapons added in, just a ton of different stuff, but the fourth one down actually is called Blisk Payday, and this is very interesting because it seems to indicate that Blisk may very well be coming in the future as a legend. When Blisk was originally data mined and found, he had a list of abilities, one being a passive ability for interrogation where a player executes an enemy, the location of the enemy's allies will be revealed for 10 seconds. Still not an ability that we've actually seen added into the game. Along with that, his tactical was a throwing knife where it deals 20 damage and marks the target. We've seen the throwing knife obviously come in as gun run, and for a long time this was thought to be Maggie's ability, and his ultimate lines up with what was found in the files, which was called Payday, and it simply says squad kills award credit, spend credits on powerful supplies. Now, in case you didn't know, this was the original abilities, but eventually got turned kind of into the crafter if you haven't seen it before. However, that wasn't where the Blisk story actually ended. And in fact, Blisk has been found in leaks from Respawn's office going back to the very beginning of the game. This is a list of the created legends they were making, and as you can see, it has Crypto, Revenant, and Loba, and this was from Season 1. Along with that, it says Design Alpha for Rampart and Valk. And then for future characters, they actually have Blisk listed there. So the question you might be asking, well, if this is the case, then where is Blisk? There have been so many other legends that have come into the game. Well, it turns out Blisk was actually going to be a character in an upcoming Apex Legends solo game called Titanfall Legends. He was going to be, in fact, a playable character. In addition, BT would have reportedly finally returned, along with the Apex Legends characters making cameo appearances. But what's important to note is this game got canceled, meaning that Blisk, and from what I have personally heard, is actually once again in development, as he will no longer be that single player person, and in the future will be coming back into the game. But those abilities that we just went over in the data mine files are very, very old. The most recent one we actually have comes from Biast12. And as you can see, these are the abilities listed here. He has a passive pilot kit where Blisk can hack survey beacons using his data knife, and he can also wall run, which is very interesting because we have heard a ton about wall running from Revenant Reborn, as that was what Respawn had said was his original ability kit. Along with that, his tactical was My Ring, My Rules, where Blisk creates a damaging zone powered by the Arena's Ring, and an ultimate standby for Titanfall, where Blisk summons an auto titan to suppress an area. And as you can see from the gameplay leak of that from Biast12, it gets called in very similar to Lifeline's ultimate, and then it basically fires an auto sentry. After a little while it explodes, and that's basically his ability. Now all these were actually confirmed real. Biast12 leak is not a made up one. It is 100% accurate to what they had last tested him for. But obviously it's been almost about 10 seasons since we saw that leak, and if and when he does actually come to the games, it's going to be quite a lot different, as we've seen with Revenant Reborn being changed, Catalyst being changed from her original leaks, and we will need to get more lore set up for Blisk. The last time we actually heard of him really was in season 9, where he sanctioned the expansion of the local arenas matches, asking Ash to oversee him, as she used to be one of his right-hand henchmen, a member of the Apex Predators. It's funny, Arenas is actually now no longer in the game. Ash remains, but sadly we have not heard of Blisk since. At least not in the mainstream. There is a whole Blisk versus Octane's dad who then took over the games. It's slightly convoluted, but it is very interesting that Blisk could be making a return finally to Apex Legends after the failed solo game and EA canceled it, and it would be the only true and proper way, I think, to carry on Titanfall after Ash has already been released, and they just haven't done anything with the character for a long time, so it now makes a lot of sense that he would finally be talked about and trying to be thought of ways to be brought into the main game. All that being said, let's go ahead and go play some community clips. Remember to follow me on Thordan Smash on Twitter. If you guys want to send me any clips, we'll go ahead and throw them in at the end of the videos.
Troops o'clock.
This one's free. Remember that.
Got one here. Making contact here.
Took down an enemy. Squad's wiped. If you were hiding, you can come out now. Why is this familiar? Remember that one time?
Just gotta patch myself up.
Dude, I don't mean to be that guy, but I'm literally lagging.
An upgrade awaits.
Coming. Right now. Climbing. No, but I... Wow, good shit, cause... but the bad hit detection.
Yeah, yeah.
Cause I still fucking hit him up, but like nothing
Got
happened.
killed by a Fred 300.
Castle's on the way. Wings pulling up
Down below, what are your guys' thoughts on Blisk coming into the games? Do you think he would be a good addition, or do you think they're going to save it as a Hail Mary at the end of the game's life cycle? And don't forget to check out this video right here by my editor Novell. And until next time, everyone, keep slaying the aliens. I'll see you out there.